And the answer is, you are your number. And the question is, what is the biggest lie ever foisted upon sellers? Now and throughout history, for as long as I can remember, decades, it has been that you are your number. If you are making quota, good rep. If you're behind plan, no donut, bad rep. And this notion that people are constantly chasing their number and being equated with their number and their performance is really not helpful. And here's what I mean by that. There are a few things that are wrong with the number. Two are that it's historical. By the time you know what the number is, by the time you know what your performance is, it's already done. So results are a lagging indicator. Your quota attainment is a lagging indicator. And so you don't manage lagging indicators. You don't manage results. You monitor them, because by the time you know what the results are, they're baked. So number one is they're historical. There's nothing you can do about them once you know what the results are. Number two is they're hysterical. The number, your quota, is a made-up number, and it comes from a lot of different factors. You know, manufacturing says, here's the number we need to cover our fixed costs and our cost of goods sold. And finance will say, here is what we need to maintain, our earnings per share or our share value. And HR will say, here is the number we need to cover, payroll and benefits and so on. And those all get rolled up, and that becomes, our revenue target. And then generally, like 10 or 15% is added to that as a stretch goal. And then it gets divvied up among all the sellers, maybe with another 5 or 10% put on top of that as a cushion. And then that's our number. And it's, number one, made up and divvied up. And then it's tracked, how are we doing? And so we either divide it by 12 monthly or divide by 4 quarterly. And maybe there's some adjustments for, quarterly differences. But and then it's tracked, like to 2 or 3 decimal places. And it's made up. Okay. And a lot of people hear me say this, that you're not your number, or that hysterical. I'm not saying the number doesn't count. Okay. You do need a way of tracking, of keeping score, and of running your business. I get that. Okay. So it's not as though the number doesn't count, but this pursuit of the number and this lie that you are your number is completely bogus. Okay. You're not your number. You're not, you've got this cool house or this great car or some nice outfits or your, designer glasses. Take all that stuff away. You're still here. Okay. They are a reflection of what you do and how well you do it. Your number, your performance is a reflection of what you do and how well you do it, but it's not you. Okay. So that's the first part. The other thing that's wrong, quota, the number that you've been assigned, is the company's best guess at an account or a territory's potential. Okay, let me say that again. Quota is the company's best guess at an account or a territory's potential, but it has nothing to do with your potential. Okay, so you can be 100% of plan, you can be 150% of plan, you're 60% of plan, whatever. But even though I've heard plenty of folks say, wow, I'm killing it, I'm like 140% of plan so far this year, but I've never heard anybody say I'm 100% of my potential. Okay, and that's really what sales mastery is about. Lifelong learning and continuous growth. How do we keep getting better and better? And so you have tools and systems and processes and competencies that you bring to bear and coaching that you're receiving and the consistency of your use of those tools and the coaching you're receiving, all of that goes into your performance. And your performance is a reflection of those things, okay? But it's not you. And it's not your potential. It's a target that we're striving for. I'm not saying it doesn't count. It does count. But don't confuse that with your value and your potential and what you bring to the party. Okay? That's the message for today. Thanks for watching.